Jewelry Gray, and I'm back with another quick tutorial or demo. This is really just a short demo. Um, Actually, my drawing students are going to do fabric. So in the past, when I've given this assignment, I've noticed in class, students have a hard time with separating light part from dark part, as well as they are normally rendering a striped fabric that is black and white, and they tend to just have a hard time with this assignment. So the one thing that I wanted to do with this demo is that I just wanted to just go over some starting points, because I noticed in the past that students, they'll get the drawing down and they'll have an understanding that it's a black and white object, but they don't really realize, and they know that they're dealing with fabric, but they don't really realize that they are dealing with not only light logic principles like highlight, midtone, shadow edge, core shadow, reflected light, cast shadow. They are also dealing with values, where values of 1 through 9 that they have to work through, or 1 through 10, depending on how long the values are, or how much value or many values you're using. And then they also have to deal with local values. So it's a lot of eggs they're juggling in their basket. I guess that's how you would say that saying. And I really just want this quick demo to just really be about how to start the process, what do you need to pay attention to, and what you need to see. So for me, the one thing, as you can see here, I already got a quick linear structure in. I have a separation of light part and dark part. So I've gone in and I figured out, okay, where is my shadow edge? Where is my cast shadow? Also here, where is my shadow edge? Where's my cast shadow? Where is my shadow edge? Where is my cast shadow? Where is my shadow edge? Where is my cast shadow? So I went through the whole fabric and I figured out not only my linear structure, the construction that I'm seeing, but I had to figure out what is the separation of light part and dark part. What is in my light mask? What is in my dark mask? Yes, I am dealing with a striped object and I do not have any stripes down just yet. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to try to simplify to the best of my ability how to tackle something as complex as fabric and as complex as striped fabric, because there's a difference. Because you have a lot that you're juggling. You're juggling light logic rules and principles. You're also juggling separation of light part and dark part, what's in a light family, what's in a dark family. You're also juggling your value distribution, and then you're juggling local value, and that's a lot of stuff that a young student in a drawing one class has to juggle. The reason why I use a striped fabric is because I want my students to think, and I want my students to think everything that they're learning through in the process through. Normally when you're drawing, a lot of students, young students or amateur students, amateur artists, they don't really think the process through. They don't really know what they're juggling. They're just getting stuff down and hoping for the best by the end. And there's kind of steps to the process, and you always want to break things down into its simplest form. That's the only way you can get to a complex end product. You got to simplify it, then you're going to get to the specifics of the object that you're drawing. So you're drawing from general to specifics, and that's kind of the idea of drawing in general. So in this demo, I'm just going to separate light part from dark part. I'm also going to go over the stripes and getting the stripes down, as well as I'm going to talk about the local values of it, different values distributions. So I'm gonna try and get all this down, and I may do a voiceover. That way, this video may not be as long as it is. I'm trying not to make it even longer than what it probably will be, but I just want my students to have an understanding of what they are juggling and how to get it down. So I'm gonna start with separation, light part and dark part. I'm gonna get a couple of stripes in. So I'm probably gonna get maybe 3 stripes in. I'm going to establish my local values, and then I'm going to probably distribute just a few different values that I'm seeing. From there, like our in R, get some light logic principles in, and I'll talk more about it at the end of the process, or even during if I do a voiceover. So I'll see you guys at the drawing. And real quick, you guys, just so you know, I am using just 3 pencils because I know I'm not going to get all of this done. But I'm using my Tombow. I actually love these Tombow pencils because of the fact that they're not really dark pencils. They're very, very gray. And I'm happy about it. And then I have my News pencil, my 600. I kind of ran across these. My dad actually gave me a box of these a long time ago, and I just pulled them out just recently, and I love them. So these are kind of the 3 pencils that I'm using. In class, we're going to use a whole set of pencils, so don't worry about it, but you'll get the idea. That's the whole point. Okay, now I'm gonna get quiet. I'm gonna start with my HB pencil just to separate light part from dark part, and then I'll probably move into other pencils. Hey everyone, so I'm going to do a very quick voiceover. So as you can see, as of right now, I am separating light part from dark part. So I am moving from my shadow edge. I'm also blocking out my cast shadow with my shadow edge, because that is the shadow family. So I'm doing that all over for my fabric. So we want to think of each fold as cylinders, and you want to figure out where is that shadow edge and cast shadow. Now I'm getting my stripes. I'm still thinking about my local value, but I'm also thinking about what's in the shadow, what's in the light mask with that local value. I'm also distributing my local values, and I'm distributing light logic principle, highlight, midtone, shadow edge, reflected light, core. It's the same thing for the white stripe as well. Also in my white stripe, I am using a harder pencil because I know hard pencils is going to allow me to stay light, but I can still get a lot of those value changes in local values as well. But that's the whole process. Alright, you guys, so this is once again a very quick, just a start of this project. So what I definitely want to talk about is just the process. So the first thing, like I said, that I did, I drew out my linear structure, or the closest thing that I think is a linear structure. Just getting a close envelope shape to what I'm seeing, and then start to separate each individual fold. And when you're thinking about the folds of your fabric, you want to think about it as cylinders. These are cylinders that are just wrapping around. So you definitely want to think about it in that way. In class, I will definitely give you guys a handout that explains and talk about all the different types of fold that you could actually see, because once you put a name to it, you kind of know how to deal with it from there. So I will definitely talk about that in a lecture tomorrow, but this gives you an idea of how to start this project. So start with your linear structure. Start with separating your light mass from your dark mass. So in the early linear structure stage, you want to figure out, okay, where is my shadow edge? Where is my cast shadow? Where is my shadow edge? Where is my cast shadow? Where is my shadow edge? Where is my cast shadow? You want to figure that out throughout all of the folds and throughout all of the fabric. Where's my shadow edge? Where's my cast shadow? Once you have a clear separation of light part and dark part, so step 1, the linear structure, just get the drawing down. Step 2, separate light part from dark part linearly, and then step 3, block out your shadow mask, or your shadow family. So you're blocking out from your cast shadow, from your shadow edge to your cast shadow. So you're going to block out with your 45-degree hatching lines because you just want to get a clear separation. From there, then you want to go in and you want to establish all of your stripes. And I can't stress enough, you guys, take these stripes one step at a time. So you want to draw out one stripe, the next stripe, the next stripe, the next stripe, the next stripe. So I didn't draw out all of my stripes, but if I had this assignment, I would have drawn out all of my stripes, and then I would have started with the rendering process. So I only rendered 3 stripes in because I wanted you guys to see not only the separation of light part and dark part and how light works, but you still want to think about your light logic principles. So we have the highlight that's here, and check out our highlight. The highlight in our dark mask is a little bit darker. The highlight in our dark stripe is a little bit darker. The highlight in our white stripe is lighter, but they're both still highlights. Same thing here, a little bit darker, but they're both still highlights. Once again, establish the local value first. So I established the local value, and I also darken where it's supposed to be dark at. So I know that this is probably a local value of 9, but I also know that this local value of 8 or 9 is probably at its darkest in the shadow mask. So once you have that, so we have to establish still where is either my highlight or my light part of my stripe. Then we have to figure out, okay, where is my shadow edge and my bridge. So this is the bridge where it starts to get darker. Shadow edge, this is where the fabric is turning away from the light. So this is my core shadow that's here. There's a little bit of reflected light that's here. Same thing here. This is my white stripe. Highlighted area. This is my bridge. So this is going to be probably like a mid-tone, darker mid-tone value. This is my core. It's connecting to the core that's here for my black. Reflected light that's here. So you're still distributing values 1 through 9. You're also dealing with your light logic rules, and you're dealing with distribution of values, and you're dealing with local values. All of these things you have to describe as well as turn form. So when you're rendering, you want to hatch with the form because you want to turn the form. You don't want to have a flat fabric. You want that fabric to turn, and think about a cylinder. You want it to look like a cylinder, wrapping things around. So you guys, I hope this helps. Once again, this is just for a start, for a demo. In the past, like I said, I've noticed students really have had problems with just how to figure it out, how to start this project, how to separate light part from dark part, how to figure out local values, because a lot of you guys are learning to see values for the first time. So this is the whole point of this demo, and I really hope it helps. I'm still going to help you guys walk through the process in class, but this gives you a quick idea of what we're going to do in class. All right, guys, so I will see you guys in the next demo, and bye, guys.